Hi, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to our WebEx session. I am Kalman Makay from the channel team, and on today I will moderate our events. The WebEx session topic is Enhancing DLP with Automated Security Incidents Remediation. Our special guest and presenter is Mahmoud and Arif, our dedicated product professionals. They will guide you on today. In the next 60 minutes on the presentation level and on the console level, Arif and Mahmoud will share the details how you can do the success integration between semantic DLP and automic automation. The event, as always, will be recorded, and later we will share the recording with you. If you have any question, then please use the chat window, and part of the Q&A session or on the fly, we will answer to your questions. Arif, Mahmoud, the stage is yours. And everybody is muted, please be careful. Arif, I see that
now
you
you can
speak.
hear me. Yes.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. I hope you can hear me now. Great. Okay.
Yes, we heard you. Yes.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for joining today's important session on how to enhance DLP with the power of automation. My name is Arif, and I'll be presenting today with my colleague Mahmoud together. We're really excited about this new use case that we're going to present, and I hope you'll also find that insightful. If you have any questions, we'd like to ask you to write them in the chat, and then at the end, during the Q&A session, we can go over them together. So now we can dive right into it. I'll be briefly covering the automic automation side, and then we'll move on to the DLP and the different demos that we have prepared. Now, the two solutions we'll be covering today, one is automic automation, the other one is DLP. They both joined the Broadcom software family through different acquisition paths. So you may be familiar with one or not the other, but today you'll have the opportunity to see both together, hand in hand, hopefully showcasing a really nice orchestration. Now we can move on to the next slide, please. So first, I want to provide a brief introduction into automic, its capabilities, its different use cases, just like a high-level introduction. So automic automation, for those that are not familiar with it, is a very sophisticated, very flexible, very capable orchestrator. That's what it is in essence. It is an orchestrator that is used for a wide range of automation use cases across different industries, from banking to retail, financing, etc. And it's Automic's ability to easily integrate with different technologies that makes it a popular choice for automation, because it can virtually integrate with anything. So from mainframe to containerized systems, from semantic DLP to endpoint production service, now you name it, any technology platform you have, there's one way or another for us to integrate with. And we don't just integrate with them, we actually integrate with them in a very smart way through the use of existing plug and play templates, which makes it very, very easy to then create these different use cases. Even though here on this slide we have, I think, 6 different use cases, we know that our customers have implemented up to 40 different use cases. I'm just sharing the more popular ones here with you. The first one on the top left is security incident remediation, which is what we'll be looking at shortly in more detail. Disaster recovery automation, for those who will know, our customers typically have a very long documented runbook that they would be following step by step to move their applications from production to the secondary site on the DR environment. And that could take hours. Just today, I was with another bank who said their DR switches takes 8 to 10 hours, and they would like to cut that down. We have similar success stories where it took 4 or 5 hours and was cut down to just 20, 30 minutes. So at the end, what our customers will have is the ability to switch their entire operations for banking with a click of a button, ensuring that the RTO is minimized. So that's one very powerful, popular use case. Another one just below that is service orchestration. That's the way we are integrating Atomic behind an ITSM system, such as ServiceNow, IBM Maximo Service Desk, providing your end users, your employees, a self-service mechanism. For example, if you needed to request a new server, you could request that. If you were to onboard a new employee, you could do that. So you just create a new ticket saying this person with this national ID will be joining our organization with this title and this team. So you just provide minimum information, and the onboarding process will all be automated through various integrations into different systems. Workload automation is the way where we're doing end of year financial closures. Here we have typically very complex workloads, business processes, having to integrate a variety of different platforms, and the handover from one system to another, moving data from one system to another, and the final output, sharing that with the respective people in a timely fashion. So all of that is a mission impossible to do manually. So Atomic's role in workload automation is key. We have a lot of customers using Atomic for this purpose. Server and cloud automation, this could be anything from VMware, it could be private cloud, public cloud. If you need to request a server, if you need to patch it up remotely, if you need to make some configurational changes remotely. So all of that, server maintenance, decommissioning can all be done via Atomic. We have one very, very large private bank who's using Atomic for this purpose. In IBM Maximo, they would be creating a ticket, requesting a particular server, and all that provisioning is then done via Atomic. We even have customers who are using Atomic as an extension to this use case, who are using it for their DevOps pipelines. So you're not just provisioning a server, you can actually deploy applications, databases, make configurational DNS changes, all of that using Atomic. Last but not least is autonomous remediation. This is where we are positioning Atomic behind a monitoring system, and we are allowing the operational team from fixing known problems. So, the usual suspects, if a particular application crashes, it could be disk related. First, check that it hasn't run out of disk. If so, give it extra disk space or remove low files, etc. Or if another application is always returning a particular error code when something happens. I just received a message from Rashid saying he cannot hear me. Can anybody please confirm that you can hear me okay? Just to make sure it's not...
Yes, we can, Arif. Yes, we can.
Yes, clear and loud.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
Thank you. Rashid, it could be your loudspeakers. Thank you. Lucky it wasn't me. So, autonomous remediation, we have another very large customer who's using Atomic for this purpose. They have a database of known issues, like application A, error code such and such. Application B, error code this. And using that error code, we would then go to known solutions to implement the problem fixing. Okay, thank you. Now, we've moved on to the next slide. Here, I want to just briefly talk about some of Atomic's key capabilities. We have already now spoken about the use cases. Here, I have provided two screenshots. If you are interested, if you have other opportunities, if you have some free time and you would like to find out more about Atomic, I'd be more than happy to help, and we can dive more detailed into Atomic. The screenshots here are one from an existing workflow. As you can see, we can create sequentially running, parallel running workflows. They all would have dependencies. You would be moving data from one workflow to another. You could have embedded workflows, etc. So this is a very user-friendly GUI that we have. It's all web-based. So you won't have to install any other components, any other modules. It's just one single web page that you'll be using. for the development of your workflow, for the execution of your workflows, for the monitoring of your workflow. So everything will be handled from a single portal, and it's all drag and drop, which makes it very easy to use. And it's all object oriented. So anything that you reuse, you can then easily update, and all those workflows consuming that particular object would automatically benefit from the update that you do. What else? It has a built-in load balancing capability. So without needing third-party load balancing tools, all our Atomic engines and agents would all have the capability to work active-active. So if one of those components was to fail, you wouldn't even notice, because you always have a backup Atomic engine, cluster of engines that can handle the load. Again, without needing a third-party solution, we provide versioning capabilities. So anything you do in Atomic, any changes you do, any additions you do, any executions you do will all be logged. And for auditing purposes, you can always trace back what was done, when, what changes were implemented, and you can always roll back if needed. One other key differentiator with Atomic is the automation ecosystem that it provides. It's not just an orchestrator. It comes with ready templates. It's like plug and play templates, easy to use. You need a ServiceNow integration. It could take you 5 days, 6 days to maybe work out how to integrate. Maybe you need to do something on Google Cloud Platform. You need to implement a lot of these integrations activities yourself. Whereas with Atomic, we have these templates, also known as action packs. You just drag and drop, and instantly you have an integration into Oracle Data Guard. Instantly you have integration into WebLogic, IAS, you name it. So there's very limited amount of customization or hard effort needed to create those integrations, because we're going to make use of existing templates. These templates are either developed by Broadcom or our community. We have over 3,500, close to 4,000 customers worldwide, very active community who are also developing these action packs, uploading them to our marketplace. Broadcom would be reviewing these action packs and then approving, sharing them on this marketplace. So again, it's very dynamic with a lot of new action packs created, action packs updated, making the creation of these workflows very, very easy. Next, we have the ability to create dynamic forms within Atomic. So for example, if in the screenshot below, you have a particular object, you would need, for example, a particular manual intervention. We can design that into the workflow as well. We have done that in this particular demo. We'll now look into the demo, and these approvals can be done via opening the Atomic portal, saying I approve, I reject. It could be done via email notifications. So we have multiple ways where we can have that manual interaction with the end users. Or in cases if you don't want any manual interaction, where it's all automated, where you don't want anyone to be involved, we can, and we typically design it that way as well. So in case, for example, one of these jobs was to have an error, we could create a loop and say, try it a second time. If it fails, try it with this set of data. If that still fails, then run this rollback scenario, or send an email notification, an SMS to this SME, so he can then come and fix whatever might be some environment configuration, database related issue that needs to be fixed, so that the workflow can then resume. In short, Atomic Automation is a very sophisticated, very capable automation solution that allows you to implement a huge range of different scenarios. And hopefully now we look at what kind of a role it's playing in DLP, how it is transforming DLP and adding value to our DLP customers. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, like I said, add them to the chat, and then we can go over them together.
Okay. Thank you, Arif. Thank you everyone to joining us this webinar. This is Mahmoud Obeidat, Now we will talk about first about semantic DLP, why we need the DLP solution, data loss prevention, what's the functionality in brief, and we will talk directly after that about the challenges and the use case between the DLP and automatic automation. So first, as we know, each organization have sensitive information. When we talk about the organization, we talk about government sector or private sector, such like financial sector. So the data and the sensitive data, confidential data for each of these organizations, this will be reflected in their reputation, and the end user will confidence in the tier they are dealing with. So also in the private sector, this will reflect in consumer confidence, which lead to finance loss, such like decrease in the company market value. So the data will affect any organization regardless what's the sector of these organizations. So this will be very important for any organization. So today, when we talk about data, sensitive data, confidential data, this will be exist in in storage and PCs, network, email, etc. So we talk about a huge challenge about to protect the data, regardless how we can share this data and managing this data. So in the endpoint level, we have a component to protect all the confidential data in all of interfaces and channels in the endpoint. At the same time, we have a lot of channels related to the network. So in the network, we have a different story when we talk about the network, because most of data leakage coming through sharing the confidential data, especially through email, or so the email and the data leakage is the number one in data leakage. So very important to protect the data when any internal user or anyone trying to share confidential data for any organization. As well, also web is very important. Is very important part, and there is a lot of protocols that can be covered by the DLP to be protected. At the same time, we have data at rest. Also, we need to be protected. So also in the DLP, we have part to protect confidential data that's stored inside any environment. So we talk about databases, SharePoint, storage, file server, etc. So this is the part for any organization. They have on the data center. But now we talk about a new approach regarding sharing data through sharing data through the cloud, because most of the organizations now planning or already they move to the cloud as a SaaS application or IaaS or PaaS, regardless what's the service. So this will be a new challenge for data protection and make it more complicated. So in this case, the architecture for the the data loss prevention today it's complicated. So there's a lot of component. There's a lot of component engaged inside the solution to protect the data in all channels and all the interfaces. So If the data transfer through web, email, any protocol, we need to protect it. Also in the endpoint level, we need to protect it. Also in the network and storage level, we need to protect it. At the same time, the new challenge in the cloud part. So there is a lot of components and the type of cloud today used by all of our customers. So in this case, we need also the solution to protect all of these all of these data, regardless where is this data and how the customer uses. So this is will be challenge for any vendor providing data loss prevention. But today, Semantic provide complete coverage for any type of data in any format. In any format to protect your data. So after this we understand the functionality of that DLP. The main functionality for the DLP is to protect the confidential data at rest, in motion, or in use. So this will be a challenge for the solution to be protected. This is the first challenge. It is already solved by the solution, because today semantic DLP capable to detect and to protect the confidential and sensitive data based on the configured policy, regardless where is this data and how the end user use this data. But the challenge today, this will generate a huge number of incidents. So this is one of the purpose that we go with semantic DLP and automatic automation integration. So today, if we go with the main challenge of the DLP solution for any organization, we talk about organization, small organization to enterprise organization. So today the challenge in managing the incident, because the DLP based on a lot of policies, a lot of configurations, a lot of data shared through network, through email, used by end user, etc. So this will generate a huge number of incidents. The first challenge of managing the incident today, a huge volume of incident. So in this case, this will require from the SOC team, operation team, admin team of the solution to looking on each incident. So this will be very difficult, because some organization, if we talk about small organization, maybe they will have every day more than 2,000 to 5,000, maybe 10,000 incident every day. So we talk about a huge number of incidents. So it will be difficult, and it will be overloaded for any team to managing all of these incidents. In this case, will be difficult for the team to managing the point that we every time discuss with the customer, how they can managing their incident, and our system generating a lot of incident. Most of these incident, it is not false positive. It is normal incidents, but there is a huge number. The team cannot manage all of these incidents, because every organization, they have a limitation in resource. They have another system need to be managed by the same team. Also, one of the issue in the workflow of incident management procedure inside the this organization for the DLP. As an example, for the delegation for any incident, if we talk about use cases related to the email. Today, if anyone today in the DLP, if anyone is trying to send confidential data through the email, if the end user doesn't have any permission to send the confidential data, the DLP will detect the confidential data inside the email regardless. Where is this confidential data? In attachment, in the body, in the metadata of the email. So the DLP will detect this confidential data and will put a trigger inside the metadata to be quarantined by the mail gateway security solution. So after that, if the user need to release this email, the challenge here, the user need to send email to the SOC team or DLP admin and put his manager or the data owner in the CC, or this is the first workflow they can do it. The second workflow they can go with it if they have service management solution. He can create request to release his mail. This request will go to his manager as a first flow. His manager will accept this workflow. After that, will go to the data owner as example. After that, will go to the admins and operation team. Here, the admin and operation team, this will be headache because every day they will receive thousands of requests if the organization required to send every time confidential data. So in this case, this will be difficult for the SOC team and operation team to respond on all of these requests that will be received by any system, also not only email. So if they receive it, the operation team need to go manually to the console first to release the email from the mail security gateway. This is the part for the mail. It will be maybe with different team, and the DLP team need to go to the incident to update the incident manually and make it as a result. So this is the big challenge for any organization. They have a DLP. Today we talk about any DLP solution. There is no any DLP solution in the market solve this issue. But today, through the integration between semantic DLP and Atomic Automation, we create fully automated solution to make this workflow fully automated. Before we go with this, with the new workflow, we need to go with the first demo. We have two demo. The first demo, we will go with the standard of DLP incident workflow, how the user will try to send confidential data, how the operation team and admins managing these requests through receiving email or receiving requests through any service management solution. So let us to go to the demo now, the first demo. So in our environment, in our environment lab, we have two data center. The first data center that we have it contains automation server, semantic DLP server, Active Directory with domain called mso.com, and the exchange server. The second data center contains only Active Directory and Exchange to receive as external user with domain called mo.com. So first, if anyone from our organization trying to send any email to any external user, as we can see, yes, please.
Sorry, can you please a little bit zoom in your
Yeah,
browser, because
sure.
it's
Sure,
the
sure.
resolution is too high. Thank you.
It's better now?
No, it's more than enough. Yes, thank you. Because people can zoom in themselves as well from the screen. So this is
okay.
Very nice. Thank you. Thank you. Unfortunately, on YouTube later, you cannot do this. Okay,
Sure.
thanks.
So now the external user email called mouser1@mo.com. The user will try to send any email ABC. This email contains secret and any text any text inside the email, or or the end user can put any attachment, etc. We have in our semantic DLP to detect in very basic way to show you how the incident management will be. If the email contains secret, it will be detected directly by the DLP. So in this case, when we go to the semantic DLP, and go to the network incident, we will see now the incident will be generated directly now, as we can see here. So in this case, the end user first, if he need to release this email, need to send email to his manager or put a request through service management solution and go with the workflow. After the approval process, the DLP admin and the mail security gateway admin need to go manually to release the email. First, the mail gateway admin need to go manually to release this mail. As we can see here, we can see the mail that put it in quarantine based on the tags, based on the tag the DLP. So in this case, if the manager or data owner allow to release this mail, the admin need to go here and click on approve to release this mail. This will be from the mail security gateway. But at the same time, the DLP admin need to go to make it resolved and edit to put many things related to how it's resolved by the admin, who is the admin, etc. So this will be a huge headache for any organization to be done manually. And we can see here the external user will receive the email normally without any issue. This is the standard workflow, how how any SOC team or operation team managing incident workflow. It will be headache for any team. This is why they cannot go with any of these use cases, and there is a lot of issue in their environment related to that. So let us to back now to the presentation. Now let us to go about, to see how the workflow and integration between semantic DLP and the automatic automation is done as of today. So first, if the end user trying to send confidential data, the mail will be detected by the DLP. The DLP will add X header inside the metadata of the mail. This X header value will be detected and read by the mail gateway security, and mail gateway security will put the mail in the quarantine inside the mail gateway. After that, all of the below workflow, it will be done manually through the end user, through the manager, through the SOC team and operation team. So after the integration with Automic, DLP will add the X header, and the mail gateway will put the email inside the quarantine storage. And at the same time, the DLP will send something called the Flex response to Automic. It's API connection to start the workflow from the Automic. So after starting the workflow, Automic will send notification email to the sender if to the sender if you want as a sender to request from your manager or from the data owner to release the mail, because your mail is put it inside the quarantine. If the user click on if the user click on ask the manager, it will be go directly to his manager. So the system also in this case will check if his manager now in vacation or something like that. It will be delegated to the delegated manager, or it will be go directly to his manager. His manager will receive notification email. This notification email contains the original message that the end user trying to send to be reviewed by the manager before I click on approve. The manager have the options inside the mail to approve or reject the request for the end user. So if the manager reject the request, the end user will receive notification called told him your manager reject the request. If and at the same time will update the incident. This is very important. And at the same time will update the DLP incident to be resolved and rejected by the manager with all the notes that we will see it in the demo, inshallah. Also, at the same time, will update the mail gateway with reject action to keep the mail in the quarantine, and the external user will not receive this mail. So this is the first scenario. The second scenario, if the manager click on yes and approve, the Automic will send notification mail to inform the end user your email released now. At the same time, we'll go to the mail gateway to release the mail to be sent to the external user. At the same time, also Automic will update automatically incident inside the DLP and close it and make it as a result. So All of this workflow will be fully automated without any interaction from the DLP admin, operation team, SOC team, mail gateway, security admins. It will be direct interaction between the end user, his manager, and the systems that fully integrated together through the automatic solution. Now we will go to the second demo, inshallah, to see how this automated workflow will work. So now, as we can see here, and now there is no any incident generated. Now we will generate a new incident. Let us to make it like this. Zero two, okay, then ABC. Text secret anything. Okay. So now the end user will send the email. So here we will see there is a new incident generated by the DLP, and the DLP will detect this email based on the secret keyword. So as we can see here, there is a new incident generated. So now we will see there is new email will be sent to the end user. This email will ask the user, as we can see here. We put one of our customer, show to them this scenario. So here the message told the user, if you want you trying to send confidential data, if you want to ask line manager for approval, if the end user click on ask, directly the request will be sent to manager, and there is a message will be shown to the end user with all the details that needed by the user. Here we can see this is the manager one mail, as we can see. The manager will receive email. This email, as we can see, if we make it, we can see the mail contain all the information required by the manager to see who is the user. There is a message put it in the quarantine. The manager can open the mail. And the manager can see all the content of the mail. So after that, the manager can click on approve or reject. Let us to start with approve.
Can you scroll down a little bit so we can see the full email?
Okay. Now you can see.
Yes. So basically, we are sending the original email as well to the manager so that they will actually see what has caused this incident. And based on that information on that email, they can then either click on approve or reject the request.
Exactly. This is the original message. So the end user can see the original message. The manager can see the original message. Based on that, he can decide if he will approve or reject. So In this case, if the manager go for approve, we will see now there is a new email received by the end user. Told the user your request is handled by Automic and approved by your line manager, and now it will be automatically released. Here, one of the important things that we need to check it. First, in the SMG, when we click on, we can see it's automatically approved because the Automic connect with the messaging gateway through API to release the mail and make the status of this message as approved. At the same time, if we go to the incident itself, we can see the status for this incident now is resolved, and we can see there is a custom attribute added by the Automic email released by Automic Automation after the employee manager approval. And we will see all the history related everything regarding this incident. So as we can see here, the incident resolved automatically without any interaction or any action from the operation team or from the SOC team or admin for any of these two solutions. So in this case, this will solve a big challenge for any customer. They have DLP. Let us go with the second scenario. Before we going to the second scenario, let us to check if the external user received the mail. As we can see here, the external user received the mail before 2 minutes with all contents that we put it from the center. Let us now to send another mail. Now in the DLP, we will see there is incident will be generated automatically. And at the same time, the end user will receive email. This email told them that your email contains confidential data if you want to ask your manager. So in this case, if he click on ask for line manager approval, there is mail will be sent directly to the manager. As we can see here, the manager also can see all the details plus the original message that's sent by the end user. So if the manager click, will see all the content. The manager see it triggered as a top secret. So maybe in this case, the manager will reject the mail. In this case, what will happen? In this case, the end user will receive notification mail to inform him your request rejected. At the same time, also, if we go to the SMG messaging gateway, here the status will be updated automatically, and it will be automatically rejected by the manager through automation. So here we can see the end user receive email. This mail told the end user your request is rejected by your manager. At the same time, also on the DLP, if we go to the incident, we will see it resolved by the Automic, and here we can see there is a new custom attribute added, email not released and still exists in quarantine after employee manager rejection. So all of these workflows, it will be done automatically without any interaction from any internal team, especially SOC team, operation team, will admin team, for all of the solution that engaged in this workflow. So if you have guys any question now, we can go to the questions.
There are questions. Before we go into the questions, I would like to just add a couple of things. The demo that we just saw had multiple integrations. As you have noticed, obviously, it's a DLP that is triggering Automic. The moment an incident is detected, that's the first integration that happens, where DLP will trigger an Automic workflow. After that, the second integration that takes place is with Automic actually pulling necessary data from DLP, such as the original email, etc., and then sending it per email to the end user and the manager. So we have an Exchange server integration that takes place in order to be able to send those emails. And once all that is approved, what we do is we have that one other integration, the third level of integration with SMG, to make sure we change the status to approved, and then we release the email. After that, we'd also go to DLP and change the status to resolved. So these are the three main integrations during this demo. However, we can obviously continue adding into the scenario, such as integrating with other ITSM systems. If you want to keep track record of who has approved what in a separate system, if you want to, we can always add that into a ITSM system, like this was done by and approved by such person on the state. That is another optional integration that can be done. And another point I wanted to raise is this demo is limited to only DLP detecting issues from email. However, if you have file upload to cloud platforms, we can also create automation scenarios for those, or if you have like flash disks, etc. So all these other additional yes, Mahmoud, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I saw a lot of questions related to this. This can be applied on the endpoint through reflex response. It will be yes after the new release of DLP, because we are waiting now the new release of DLP that will contain the full API related to full managing policy, because related to the endpoint, what the scenario will be for the agent. If anyone is trying to upload, share confidential file, regardless what's the way, through email from the endpoint or to the USB, etc., the DLP will block the end user. So in this case, we can create a new workflow. We are working on that, but we are waiting the new API release. So in this case, the Automic will send notification to the manager based on the request based on the request from the end user. After that, if the manager approves, we can modify the policy and put exception for this user. This exception will be based on timeline that will be defined by the manager itself, because the manager will receive the request. The manager will approve this request for 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that. So Automic directly will modify DLP policy to add this user in the exception. After 2 hours, also the Automic will remove this user automatically without any interaction by the end user sorry, by the admin or operation team from the DLP policy. So it will be fully automated. We can we
Okay.
can
Yes,
put,
yes. Colleagues,
yes.
colleagues, sorry, we need to finish in time the webinar, so please focus to the incoming questions.
So shall we
Please try
go
to.
from the top down, Mahmoud, with the questions? I'll start from the first one. It says, that means releasing quarantine emails will be automated. The answer is yes, we will automatically release those emails, provided we received managerial approval. Next, will this work with email gateways like Cisco ESA? Yes, provided we have a REST API or CLI interface that we can use. And I'm pretty sure Cisco has that available. That's the condition. So as long as we have an interface into Cisco ESA, yes, we can do that. Next, is this integration for DLP available as a template in Atomic? As I mentioned, we have multiple integrations. The SMG integration and the DLP integration are done via REST APIs. So it was just a matter of creating those REST APIs in Atomic. With regard to sending emails, we use our own email agent to send that email. So all of that can be bundled into a separate action pack for quick implementation. However, it's difficult to create a one-size-fits-all because every customer's, ecosystem is different. Maybe they have, like you mentioned, Cisco ESA. So that's why.
Yes, the different parts. For example, for semantic, it will be fixed use cases. It will be little modification for this workflow. And other modification need to be based on the email gateway exit and customer environment. So for each customer, you need to put API connection for the email gateway for that.
Next question from Khalid. Next question from Khalid. He was asking, is there another authentication required once we send the link? In our current design, no. In this design, we assume the email is opened by only the authorized person. But when you click on the link, we can add authentication into that as well, forcing, username and password before clicking approve and reject. We can add that into the design as well. Next one is for the endpoint. We need extra agent for this Atomic response. That's a DLP related question, I think, right? You're asking if there's agent, not an agent, but we have created a plugin, a flex response plugin within DLP that will trigger Atomic. Mahmoud, maybe I missed something here. If there's anything you want to add.
Okay, thank you, Arif. Regarding for the agent, it will be done by the fixed response and the server level for the endpoint. This will be integrated with all the APIs related to the endpoint, APIs related to the incident. Because in the endpoint there is a pop-up message will be appear to the end user. The end user will put different comments for his justification. So this will be automatically handled by the DLP and send the request to the Atomic through flex response from the server side. This will be done by automatically, but we are waiting the new version of API from the DLP team.
And there are a lot of very nice questions. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I want to quickly go. Mujahid Kaya was asking, is a flex response plugin necessary? Yes, we developed a flex response plugin for this. This is the most seamless, most effective way to do this. That's what we have created. Next, it says from Ike, can't DLP do this with the SMG without Broadcom?
The DLP can do it from the DLP, but the action need to be done from the DLP console. So it will be difficult again for the operation team and admin team, because the DLP team and admin team need approvals from the data owner and from the manager. So we will go again to the manual process.
Yes, thank you very much. And to add to that answer from Mahmoud, Majid Musa says, can we have multiple approvals? This is what Atomic allows us to do. It gives us so much flexibility. What we can design is, for example, send a reminder email to the manager if it hasn't been taken care of, no response has been received. So send another reminder email within 2 hours, another one after 4 hours. In case there is an out of office response, we would then be forwarding that request to his or her manager, alternatively to a mail distribution list of security SMEs who would be able to make that decision, whether to approve or reject, because it'll always be the case when a manager is on training, travel, etc., and might not be able to respond in a timely fashion. So all of that additional logic can be implemented. And we can also have multiple approvals. So creating dependencies between two managers approving it. Any other question?
For the question from Nicola regarding avoid recognizing keywords, this is DLP part. Yes, you can make the policy based what the customer need, like you mentioned in secret. This is you can put it inside the policy, and you can prepare the policy based on any of engines that we have it in semantic DLP. So this is totally part of semantic DLP.
And the last question is from Zafir, and I think it's similar to the earlier question by Iki.
Yes.
We were doing something similar with SMG.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, you can do it using the SMG. You can do it using a DLP, but in the last, this action will be done by the operation team and the admin team after the manual workflow done, all the approval done, regardless what the way you use it. If the service management solution or through email.
And again, please note, it's not limited to email only. We can also have all these other channels incorporated.
Exactly.
Okay, colleagues, we need to finish. We need to finish the webinar session.
In the last, but if allow me, Kalman, sorry. In the last, we have another also scenario we are working on it related to the web. For the web, today, if anyone is trying to upload file, this file contains confidential file for a specific system, we can make it automated to take approval and take an exception for uploading, especially this file during 1 hour, 2 hours, something like that also, in the web part also.
Okay, colleagues, we need to start the session. Mahmoud, please stop the screen sharing because I present my QR code. So a lot of questions came, and it seems that this topic is very exciting for some partner. Option 1, please contact me. Please read my QR code and contact with me, and I will create a new email thread with the colleagues, with the related colleagues. And the second option that we can continue part of the challenge webinar session. So Arif and Mahmoud, if you think we can continue part of a dedicated session, but at that time would be nice to see much more deeper that how the cooperation is working between the Automic and the Symantec messaging gateway. But on today, that was the only option to present the solution in this 60 minutes. So as I mentioned, if you have any additional question, I share my contact information, read the QR code, contact with me. Arif, Mahmoud, thank you very much for your time and your presentation. Thanks for the attention on the audience side. I hope the delivered content was useful. We will release soon the recorded version, so you can watch back. And thank you again. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.